Felt like a Nicholas Sparks book. Look at its little thing. Should I go yeehaw? Tell me you live in 2025 without telling me. Honestly, I should have seen it coming. Oh my god, my lisp. I got a uterus! What's up, it's Jan, back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is gonna be a reading vlog where I read what I can while I recover from surgery. Hi, happy surgery eve to me. It's currently Thursday, May 8th. Tomorrow, May 9th, is my surgery for, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just gonna call it my salivary gland. So it involves my mouth, which means I won't be able to vlog much for the next couple days, but I'm gonna try to film some B-roll. Joey was like, you should just like write a script and I'll talk for you. For the most part, I'm just gonna read during recovery and try to document one way or another the books that I complete. I worked from home today because my manager is awesome and she's like, I know you're gonna have anxiety about it and I know you're gonna have pain because I had to skip my arthritis meds today. So she's like, just stay home. So I stayed home. Tomorrow I'm off, obviously, because I'm getting surgery. Then there's Saturday, Sunday. Then Monday, Tuesday, I'm hopefully gonna be able to work from home. And then Wednesday is my day off and then I'm back to work Thursday, ideally. So the ideal situation is that tomorrow and Saturday I'm mostly like down for the count. And then Sunday, I should be able to read. Saturday, I might be able to like by the evening. I don't know what to expect. I just know tomorrow I probably will only read if I get up early because my surgery's arrival time is 10 a.m. In terms of books, I'm reading like the most complex thing in my brain. This is like the most complex book that I could have chosen, other than like Babel. But in actuality, I just started it right before starting this video. I read chapter 1. I'm 22 pages in now, and it's actually really easy to comprehend, despite all the characters that were thrown at us. You really just have to ignore all the info in the beginning to really just, you know, throw yourself in to these fantasy books and just figure it out as you go. I heard this is very character driven anyway, so we'll see. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Christina from Christina's Chapters. I'll link her channel down below. Sorry for the siren. I live right by a fire station. Most likely will put that aside until my brain is at full capacity again. So I will probably most likely continue current reads such as Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, Great Big Beautiful Life, you know, those easy on the brain type of books. I also have an arc for Tiffany D. Jackson's new book. Got it for free on Indie Bookstore Day when I went shopping. They included this. I don't even remember if I knew this was coming out, but it comes out July 1st and it's a middle grade, so the font is huge. So I feel like this would be great if I'm in the mood for like a more riveting story but don't want to go like full adult horror or thriller, you know. This takes place on Martha's Vineyard. It's about a girl named Kaylani who's from Brooklyn. Her investigation uncovers shattering secrets that could change her own life if she survives. I've actually read all of Tiffany D. Jackson's books except Allegedly, so I love her writing. This is her debut into the middle grade genre, so I'm excited to see what she does. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm also in the middle of my Dracula read along for Patreon. I did my section for today and tomorrow because we're proactive in this bitch, so I'll be working on that. We're reading a letter a day. It started May 3rd, so if you're interested, you could still join. It doesn't end until November, again, ideally, because I didn't actually count how many letters there are. This is a reread, so I should have known that it goes back and forth and it's not in chronological order all the way through, but the book ends on November 7th, so the read along ends on November 7th as well. That's the loose game plan for now. I'll probably start this tonight or continue one of my current reads while Joey and I watch a horror movie. Then I should probably head to bed and get ready for tomorrow, mentally and physically. I'm probably gonna be loopy at some point because I'm gonna be put under general anesthesia, but I probably won't include loopy footage in a public video. I think that's all the housekeeping I have to do. So yeah, I'll probably end this once I'm fully recovered or something. I won't be fully recovered for weeks, but maybe like Thursday max. So a full week, and we'll just see how much I can read while I'm not fully here. Enjoy this vlog. It's only the day after my surgery, and I feel fine. I'm vlogging. I'm so glad everything went smoothly. I have a little bit of a lisp because I have an incision under my tongue. Otherwise, I didn't feel a thing. I didn't need to take painkillers after the hospital. I'm just on antibiotics and I have little to no pain. It only hurts when I like yawn or laugh too hard or stretch my tongue too far one way or another, if I'm like trying to scratch my cheek or something. I don't know. I'm so happy. It was expensive. It was my entire paycheck and then some, but that's okay. Everything went well. Everyone was so nice at that hospital and I wasn't even sleepy after the hospital. My parents came over. We watched a movie. I had chocolate pudding for the first time in like over a decade probably. I don't even like chocolate pudding, or I thought I didn't like chocolate pudding, but apparently I do now. I had some soup and some Superman ice cream because I'm 5 years old, and I read until 1 a.m. So I'm now 170 pages into Blood in the Water, and I'm really enjoying it. I think Tiffany D. Jackson should write more middle grade. I think the middle grade genre and age range need more books like this, obviously because of more Black representation, but also intro to horror slash thrillers. You know, I feel like this is really good in terms of balancing more mature themes with middle grade language. I mean, there's no gore or anything. There's blood in the water and there's like a body found, but other than that, it's sticking in the middle grade range. So if there are any parents watching and you want your kid to start getting like a tame intro to thrillers and horror, if you're into that, this is a good one to get July 1st. This comes out. There is a little bit of a bully situation in here, but they come around. Essentially about this girl, Kaylani, who gets sent to this house to hang out with kids from her childhood and to hang out with this family called the Watsons. There's a party. The dude goes missing. Now she's involved because she was one of the last people to see him before the party got busted. That's pretty much where I'm at, and they're trying to just investigate because someone that they know is involved who was like the actual last person to see him. It says beware of sharks and deadly secrets. So everyone around them keeps saying that like, oh, it was a shark bite, that's why the dude died, but there's something else going on. I don't know if I trust the Watsons too much either, so we shall see how this goes, but I'm feeling like it's gonna be a 4-star, honestly. If it shocks me, it could be a 5, because when I read things where I'm not the target audience, like obviously this is for middle grade age, I still try to rate it objectively, kind of put myself in that mindset, if that makes sense. So it's a semi-fair rating, I guess. So yeah, if it's 5 stars, it's 5 stars, whatever. Goal is to finish this today. I read my Dracula pages of the day, and I think I'm gonna try to read more of Sword of Kaigen. I'm thinking also a romance. I also have a lot of library books, but I also have a library reading vlog going that I started like early April. There's a lot going on, but goal is to just chill at home, read, maybe nap, also get my spoiler-filled Full Moon Book Club vlog up, because I'm actually feeling a lot better than I thought. So thank you to everyone who sent good vibes, and thank you to everyone who sent presents for extra good vibes. I wasn't expecting anything just to go into surgery, but thank you all so much, and never feel obligated to get me anything, but I appreciate every single time you do. And literally every time I hold up a book that's gifted, I try to say who it's from, because I'm just like, I can't fathom that happens to this day. Thank you endlessly for feeding my book addiction. I'm gonna go read. I'll update when I finish it, I guess. I probably shouldn't be talking this much, but here we are. Hello, I finished my book. I'm gonna give it 5 stars, because why was I more shocked with a middle grade thriller than a lot of the adult thrillers I've been reading lately? Like, that is talent. Honestly, I should have seen it coming. I mean, there were a bunch of red herrings and suspicious characters. I had a feeling, but I wasn't sure exactly what they were doing and how they were doing it and how they were getting away with it. I was shocked. My jaw, if it could open as wide as it usually can, it would be in hell. But unfortunately, I can barely yawn without my tongue hurting, so we take what we can get. But yeah, 5 stars, woohoo! And this is my arc done for the month, even though I don't have it on NetGalley, so it won't up my score. But this is pretty good. This is like 2 months early. Yeah, a little less than 2 months early. Love that. I love when I read arcs on time. I need a fun fact about sharks, please. My lovely little assistant behind the camera. Hello. Scroll down a little, because I think I've done these before. Or you could do fun facts about Martha's Vineyard. That should be fun. I have a little chin tattoo. My surgeon drew a little chin mark on me with Sharpie. Gotta wash it off. I wasn't allowed to take a shower.
There are no vineyards.
There are no vineyards on Martha's Vineyard. I know, apparently it's an island.
It has few, but...
I get Martha's Vineyard mixed up with Napa Valley with the
Oh,
wine.
that's in California.
Yeah. What else? One more.
It has an early deaf community. One of the earliest known deaf communities in the United States was established in Martha's Vineyard in the late 1600s.
Deaf community. Yeah, one of the earliest deaf communities established there in the 1600s. Cool. All right. So next book that I'm going to tackle, I'll read more of Sword of Kaigen, or hear me out, When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. I'll try a chapter of each and see what hooks me more, what I'm in the mood for. Okay? Okay. I'm so proud of this, y'all. Look. Oh, how satisfying. Incredible. I'm not going to start it just yet. I think I'm going to continue Say You'll Remember Me, and I'm going to read with these glasses until I fall asleep because I can't have caffeine and I have a headache. So I'm going to read with these lazy readers. I'm going to listen to the audiobook and hopefully finally finish this book. I keep stepping on my poor light because I have 2.5 hours left of the audiobook and I've been reading Say You'll Remember Me for way too long. Joey's getting tired of looking at it and so am I. It's probably going to be like a low 4, maybe a high 3. Depends on how many more times they compare the main guy to Reese from Akatar because it's getting old.
Oh, baby. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is so... Oh, wow.
He collects movies now, so I got him his favorite movie.
This is like my favorite movie of all time. If you haven't seen once, do that. Wow, look at that. That's so cool. Oh my god, look at all of this. Wow.
There's Glenn in all his glory.
Glenn, are these just like different versions of it?
I think so.
Oh my god. So it's like 3 copies.
I think there's like posters and stuff too.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
Oh, move it around. It's like holographic. Well, that's fucking cool.
What the f...
Hey! Sorry for the lack of B-roll. Pardon me for my creative juices not flowing. But I finished another book today. It's the same day. I'm actually gonna give it 4 stars. It felt like a 3 for a very long time. And honestly, I could have really done without all the TikTok, Gen Z language. Like, this wasn't on my bingo card. Oh, they understood the assignment. Just the way the little brother Tristan was talking. He was annoying, but also he was like a love to hate character. Because he did have some cute gestures to help out his sister. They also had a lot of bad fights and everything. I really liked how realistic these 2 characters' lives are, with like the mom with dementia and all the family issues, and then the parental trauma with Xavier's side, just like how they have to deal with long distance and everything. There was tragedy after tragedy, like these characters could not catch a break, and I've heard that from like every review of this book, but it truly is that. It was like, okay, what's coming next? It was kind of depressing, to be honest. It really felt like a Nicholas Sparks book more than anything. If you told me that Nicholas Sparks wrote this, all you had to do was change the setting to, what is it, North Carolina is where all his books are, right? Then I would have totally believed you. There is a Nicholas Sparks book where the dude's a vet, and there's an old guy in that book too, and there's an old guy in this named Hank, who I really just adored. And yeah, things were convenient and things worked out, but also these characters went through it. They had to work for everything to work out. I feel like if I were more into it from the start, this definitely would have made me cry, but the modern lingo took me out of it. And also the Resand comparisons, that stopped after a little bit in the beginning, but it was annoying. But I did like the ending and all the surprise gestures. There was also this pug scene that was sad but cute. I really liked all the animals that we met throughout this. My favorite thing about animals in books is seeing what the characters end up naming them. In my second Abby Jimenez book, I read Part of Your World and then I skipped the next 2 after that, but I will go back because I do own Yours Truly and Just for the Summer, and I gave Part of Your World 4 stars as well. So I am convinced that there's going to be a 5-star for me in the Abby Jimenez world, but I have yet to find it. Fun fact, so Samantha is a mustard company social media guru, and there was a fun fact about mustard that I would love to share with you if I remember what color. I read like 200 pages of this book today. That's crazy. I tapped a lot. Oh, right here. Okay. Did you know that Dijon mustard was created in 1856 by a guy named Jean who lived in Dijon, France? They used to make it with verjuice. It's the green juice of unripe grapes. Now we use white wine instead. That's my fun fact for that book. I have not read any more of The Sword of Kaigen. I don't really know if I'm in the mood for it, to be honest. I really also want to finish Great Big Beautiful Life. In this vlog, oh my god, my lisp, because I think I have a little over 100 pages left of that, so that would be nice. And I also want to read When the Wolf Comes Home at some point. I do want to start that for sure, at least. Woo! 2 books in one day. This vlog is just various angles of my room. It's Mother's Day. Spent the day with my mom. I actually put makeup on, but I did take a nap because I took a painkiller because I was struggling today. My entire body was just exhausted from the moment I woke up. So literally, I went to my mom's, told them to go to lunch to bring me back food, and I just slept. And then we watched a couple movies, and I slept again. I slept a lot today. But I also came home to a package from fellow Vamp Destiny, one of my patrons, one of my long-term patrons, friends, subscribers, and she got me a little bat cow. Are you kidding? Look at the fangs. Look at its little fangs. I need to figure out a name. I will update y'all when I come up with one. It was so cute. It was all flattened in a vacuum sealed bag. He's just now fully inflated. So adorable. Destiny also got me PTSD Radio Volume 1 by Masaki Nakayama. Destiny's been trying to get me to read this forever. I'm so excited. I know it's a horror manga. Maybe I'll read it in this vlog, as well as #DRCL Volume 4. I believe this is the last translated one for now, or the most recently translated in English, so I'm excited to have this. I have all 4 of them, and they were all gifts from Vampies. Thank you so much. I'm excited to have 2 new manga on my shelves. I actually have no idea what PTSD Radio is about, and I think I'm just gonna go into it blindly. It's so creepy looking. I know my friend Tiffany also loves this. She's also in the lair, so I'm excited to tell them my thoughts. But yeah, I haven't read anything today, really, besides my Dracula pages. I was gonna work on finishing Great Big Beautiful Life because I only have an hour and a half of the audiobook left, but I think I want to read When the Wolf Comes Home, possibly. Or do I want to start one of these manga? Maybe I'll start the manga if I'm getting sleepy and I haven't hit my 100 pages yet, but I think I do want to start When the Wolf Comes Home. My stepdad and I rewatched, well, it was a rewatch for me, Wolfman, and I can't help but think about that movie when I see the book When the Wolf Comes Home. Maybe I should just roll with that vibe. I did get my Full Moon Book Club vlog up for early access a day early. A lot closer to the full moon than I was hoping for, but I'm just glad I did it. Holy shit. Can't believe I pulled that off. Maybe I should read something off my May TBR. I haven't continued Sword of Kaigen yet either. You know what? Sword of Kaigen first. Finish at least the chapter that I'm on, see how I feel, and then we'll just figure it out from there. I'm excited to continue this vlog and just mood read my way through recovery. I was able to eat mac and cheese today, some salmon, some chocolate cake, a smoothie, mashed potatoes. We're getting there. It is only, day 2 since the hospital, so we're working from home tomorrow, so it's gonna be chill. I should not take the day off. I really should not, because I'm low on sick hours, but wow, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Destiny. All right, let's read and stuff. It's 10 p.m. and I actually read almost 50 pages of The Sword of Kaigen. I have not started When the Wolf Comes Home yet because I got sucked into this. It's reading so much faster than I ever could have expected. Right now, we're just spending a couple chapters with who I believe I would consider our main character, Mamoru. Sorry if I butcher any of these names. And then there's a transfer student from the city named Kwang, and they got in a fight and they had to face the consequences together, and it turned into a much more dangerous situation. But through this all, we're learning more about Mamoru's powers. He has the ability to control water, which is really cool, and the way ML Wong just kind of weaves in the elemental magic is really seamless and somehow makes it really easy to understand, even for me, so that's saying a lot. There's a lot of politics, which I expected, and I'm kind of just not overthinking it. I'm kind of just reading it, hoping for the best in terms of my brain retaining at least some of it when it comes to the different civil wars and whatever. I am appreciating the social commentary whenever they discuss the emperor and what the emperor wants certain groups of people to think in order to to accomplish things for selfish reasons, for personal gain, despite harming certain people, keeping things from people, misleading, misinforming. There's a lot going on. There are some characters that are just in denial of that, and then other characters who see right through the Emperor's tactics. It's interesting so far. I'm excited to learn more about the elemental magic. I am almost done with chapter 4, I believe. So I'll probably finish that and then switch to When the Wolf Comes Home and just read the first few pages. And then I might do PTSD Radio Volume 1 to end the night, just to hit my 100-page goal, because I'm still very much... No, I'm not too far away from it, if I'm almost at 50 pages. Those 50 pages went by so fast. I'm surprised, and I'm impressed by my ability to read this, and ML Wong's ability to write so flawlessly. I'm still so intimidated by this book, but I'm less intimidated now that I'm almost 100 pages in. Y'all, I'm losing my shit. I am losing my shit. It is so much prettier than I thought it would be. Look at those end pages. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Shield of Sparrows by Daphne Perry. I've read her Yeehaw, the Edens series. I've read Indigo Ridge, Juniper Hill, and Garnet Flats. Ty, one of my fellow vampies, sent me this, and I'm just so grateful, because everyone has been reading this, and I've been getting such bad FOMO, and I was gonna buy it on release day, but I couldn't go out and get it because I was busy. Ty said, "Wishing for a speedy and painless recovery. Thank you for the amazing and safe space you have given us to live life. You are amazing, and I'm so grateful to be a part of the lair. Love you whole bunches." That is so sweet. I'm screaming. I might have to drop everything now. I shouldn't. I should at least finish a couple more books. I might start this in this vlog. I don't know what the goal is here, but I just have a stack of books right here of like things I want to read, things I'm in the middle of. It's a mess. I definitely want to read PTSD Radio Volume 1 tonight. Oh, hold on. Speaking of surgery, my doctor's calling. It was just the hospital asking how I'm doing. I definitely want to finish Great Big Beautiful Life tonight. I have 116 pages left. I can do it. I have the audiobook from Libro FM, so I'm just gonna, pop it in and maybe color while I listen to it, but also maybe follow along. I don't know. I haven't colored in a while, so we'll see. The game plan is definitely to finish that and then also read PTSD Radio. Maybe I'll read #DRCL if I want another manga, but I definitely should make some more headway into When the Wolf Comes Home and The Sword of Kaigen at some point. But I think I'm gonna end this on Wednesday, because Thursday I have a library book waiting for me on my desk at work. I still have a library books vlog going, and I'd want to read it for that vlog. So I'd rather just end this on Wednesday. So we'll see how many more books I can get done. Hopefully at least 3 more. That's what I'm hoping for. I realize I never talk about When the Wolf Comes Home, my initial thoughts. So I'm on chapter 5 now. I'm 30 pages in. It's kind of stressful because our main character, Jess, is at the shitty job and she's trying to make it in the acting world, but she was cleaning the bathroom and something happened, which is kind of scary. And then the wolf just keeps popping up at random moments. She's dealing with the grief of her dad as well. So there are a lot of daddy issues going on in this book, and I wasn't ready for it, but that's okay. I think the writing is really good so far. Nat Cassidy has a very unique voice. There's always a comedic tone in his horror, no matter what he's talking about. So I'm liking this. I have a feeling I'm gonna like it as much as everyone else is liking it, so that's good, but we'll see how that goes. I have read Mary, gave that 4 stars, and Rest Stop, which I didn't like. I gave it a low 3, but realistically, it probably should have been a 2. But I have high hopes for this one, and I think I'm gonna like this more than Nestlings, but I haven't read or started Nestlings yet, but just because I know that has like motherhood stuff, but I guess we'll see.
Saw you down the motorway. There was something about you that day.
Hi, I finished it. Well, first I'm gonna show you what I colored. I don't really get it. I mean, it's flowers and an umbrella. I kind of hate it. I used a darker blue than what I usually use for light blue, which is this. And I think this is a castle. Anyway, I'm gonna give it 2 stars. It was not good. It was trying so hard to be Evelyn Hugo, trying so hard to be Taylor Jenkins Reid, and it was boring. It was so boring. The ending was okay. There's like a letter moment, and I love a letter moment. I thought that was cute. Honestly, my favorite part is Alice's relationship with her mom. How they talk to each other at the end, I thought that was really cute. The romance did nothing for me. I felt nothing. They confessed their love and everything and had all the steamy moments. Steamy moments. That really hurt my tongue just now doing that. Steamy moments, and I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. There were some parts that were kind of twisty, I guess, for lack of a better term. There was one reveal that I kind of guessed, actually. It was very predictable. It tried, I guess. There were a couple good-ish quotes, but yeah, this is definitely my least favorite Emily Henry. I'm definitely going to get rid of this, so if you want my annotated copy, it'll be on my Pango at some point. It's the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, which is sad because it's such a pretty book. It says it was brief and it was beautiful on the cover, and I love a good gold foiling, but alas. I'm just glad I finally finished it. I can knock it off of my current read tab on Goodreads and move on. That's really annoying. I'm glad a lot of people are not liking this though. That sounds bad, but like, I'm glad I'm not just going crazy and being the unpopular opinion or whatever. This is objectively boring everybody out of their minds. So that's good to know. Do I have a fun fact? My camera's dying. What should I do? Let's do Georgia, because it's set in Georgia, on an island in Georgia. The birthplace of Coca-Cola, I knew this.
I don't know.
Largest swamp. The Okefenokee Swamp in South Georgia is the largest swamp in North America. There you go. We're gonna move on. I don't know what I'm gonna read next, but I'm gonna do all the bullet journal things. I'm gonna change out my camera battery. This whole vlog is just me looking unwell. Don't get me wrong, my tongue hurts, okay? I look fine, but my tongue hurts. Show my face because it's bedtime almost, but I finished it. 4 stars. Closest thing to Junji Ito that I've seen thus far. Thank you, Destiny. This was fucking creepy. I'm not sure why it's called PTSD Radio just yet, but I think it's a good setup for the rest of the series. I'm definitely going to continue. I'm so excited. It's really, really good. I don't even know how many volumes there are. Okay. I'm gonna continue Sword of Kaigen until I fall asleep. Look at me! I put makeup on for the first time in days. Sorry if you can hear outside noises. My window is open right behind y'all. I finished PTSD Radio yesterday. It was really good. And then I stayed up till midnight reading until page 132 of the Sword of Kaigen. And it's really good. I'm hooked. We're meeting more and more characters, and then characters who have code names when they're at war. We're getting some commentary because we met a white character, and she's basically saying like, oh, have you noticed that every bloody crime fighter of my complexion has to have the word white in their alias? Like, they need to qualify, not a real crime fighter, a white one. And it's ironic because that's happened in other fantasy books where people of color are named after their skin color, but also in the real world we tend to default white people as a default, if that makes sense. And I catch myself doing it too, like, oh, that guy walking down the street. But like, if it's someone of color, you say, oh, that Asian guy. It's rare for people to train their brain to indicate if they're a white guy as well. So I try to do that too. Does that make sense? I feel like I read that in a book somewhere, that it just in our Western world nature, but I don't know if that's just me and my experiences with people around me, but I mean, I see it happen a lot everywhere. Just when people are telling stories or whatever, it's always like, I feel the need to indicate if they're a person of color, but if they're white, it's just like understood that they're white. So I thought that was interesting that it's kind of like backwards in this situation, but there's a lot of fighting going on. Honestly, it is kind of hard to keep track of who's who, but once I'm reading, like I couldn't tell you just from the top of my head who's who, but when I'm reading it, it makes sense to me. I am almost at chapter, yes, I stopped in the middle of a chapter. I stopped mid-sentence if I fall asleep, to be honest, and I don't start the sentence over the next day, especially if it's on a different page. I just start where I left off. I'm almost on chapter 7. The goal is to get to page 200 today, 206, which is chapter 11. The patriarch. So that should be doable if I just sit and read. We're getting to know more of the elemental magic. We met someone who has ability to control light. It's really cool because there are like illusions and stuff. The magic system is great. I love it. And yes, I've been using the glossary and the reference material at the front quite a bit. It's very useful. There's that. I read my Dracula pages of the day. The stack is just staring at me every single day. I kind of want to save hashtag DRCL for my weekend readathon with the Lair this weekend, because we're going to just be reading books by Asian authors to celebrate API Heritage Month this weekend. So this would be a good one for a readathon. I want to finish a book today, but obviously I'm not going to be finishing Sword of Kaigen. When the Wolf Comes Home is short, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick with this one all day. I'm thinking of moving on to this little book called Cruel Nature, and it's a middle grade horror short story collection, and the author sent this to me, and it came with a little sticker of the book cover, but also a bookmark, and the author is Cuban American and the illustrator is Nicaraguan. This seems like a doable horror book, and I want to promote indie authors, but for now I'm working from home. Sorry, why is it so low? I'm like I'm working from home. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do like a 12-hour readathon situation for Wednesday, just so I can get more books into this vlog, because it's been a while since I've read more than 3 or 4 books in a vlog, and it's satisfying to say the least. It would be grand if I could finish a Sword of Kaigen, but that kind of feels impossible at this point. But this is on my May TBR. These are both on my May TBR. This wasn't in my video, but I added it because I forgot about it. But these are both able to be checked off in my bullet journal, so that's going to be satisfying. Those are kind of my thoughts on things so far. Talk to you later. Hi, I actually left my apartment. I know. I had some salmon. I was able to eat it. Salmon and mashed potatoes. We went to Texas Roadhouse, so that was nummies. Before we left, I read more of the Sword of Kaigen, and there was a really sad moment, but because of the context, I couldn't relate, and it's also revolving around something I don't like. So it didn't make me cry, per se, but it was really sad, and the mom's name Misaki. Misaki's father-in-law is so mean to her. So rude, so mean, like literally shitting on her because she's a woman, calling her stupid, calling her useless, and something happened where she couldn't serve her purpose, if you know what I mean, and it's devastating for her, really. But I'm on page 168, and I'm gonna take a pause. I'm not in the mood for it anymore at the moment. I just walked into the bedroom, and this was on my nightstand, and I'm kind of in the mood for Wild Dark Shore. I don't know why. I'm just randomly in the mood for it, so we're gonna roll with it, because I haven't picked this up since I started it, and I'm on page 28. I got this back in March. I should probably at least continue this, because I've only heard good things about this, and I loved Once There Were Wolves, so I know everyone loves this book. Let's read this tonight for a little bit, and then we'll continue with Kaigen later. For now, it's like a little before 9 o'clock, so we're gonna read this for maybe next hour-ish and see if I'm still in the mood for it. See how far we can get into this. I know, I'm a mess. I just keep changing my mind. You should be used to it by now. Welcome to a new day. I finished my first book of the readathon that I had to restart at 10 o'clock because I fell asleep. until like 8:30. I woke up at 5 and I have yet to drink coffee, so of course I fell asleep. And I took a painkiller right before bed last night, so I should probably not do that tonight since I'm actually like going into work tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, we started the 12 hours again at 10. It's like past noon now. Yeah, 12:30. And I finally finished Cruel Nature. This was 7 terrifying tales to trouble your sleep. Honestly, for a middle grade, this was really good. This was really scary. A handful of them were pretty scary. There were a couple that, like the last one was a little bit too long and I didn't really care for. There was another one that was creepy in the beginning and then it lost its creepiness by the end and it was more of like a heartfelt story. I'm going to show you this illustration just because I know not a lot of people are going to pick up this book because I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I haven't heard about it until the author sent it to me, so this might get you to be interested. Look how scary that picture is. It has multiple faces. The illustrations in here are insane. So good. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars overall. My favorite story, the picture I sent you, tell me you live in 2025 without telling me. The picture I just showed you was in my second favorite story, but my first favorite story is probably the cockroach one because that was a lot of creepy crawlies, my dudes. I did annotate. I highlighted in this like dark brown highlighter and I tabbed creepy moment with this like brownish burnt orange color, and then the white tabs are like everything else, like funny, relatable, whatever. I might have this on my Pango just so it gets more traction, like someone else could read it, or I'll put it in a little free library. But I mean, I think it's worth the read personally. If you just want short little horror stories, it's a good one. 4 stars. Thank you again to the author for sending this to me. And I'll have a little bookmark in there as well. Ugh, I should get out of bed, but I also kind of want to take a nap again. It's like a quick power nap. Famous last words, am I right? I think next I'm going to... What am I going to do? I did edit a little bit, and I also made my Lair Readathon templates for this weekend. I posted those, edited a little bit, and then I was listening to The Starving Saints by Caitlin Starling just a little bit. I have the ALC from Libro FM, and I also have a NetGalley ARC, so this is the first time I'm doing the immersive reading, but with my Kindle, and I like the vibe so far. I don't really know where the story is going to go because it's just in this, I don't know, it feels gothic, churchy setting, and everyone's starving, essentially. And we've met a few characters, but I don't feel connected to the story just yet. I'm a few chapters in. I think I'm on like chapter 5 or something. I don't know what to read next. I think since this was horror, I kind of want to read a romance, to be honest, but I don't have any romances going. Oh no, I have Powerless. Should I go Yeehaw? Because everything else I have is either fantasy or horror. Wild Dark Shore is technically like a mystery. I think I need a romance. I'll think about it. I'll let y'all know if I take a nap or what. But yeah, it's been a nice, relaxing Wednesday. I'm not ready to go back to work tomorrow.
A buzz on and my favorite song is playing in a Broadway bar. Then you walk in and you're all alone, the hottest in the room.
Hi, I'm on the balcony. Hopefully you can hear me past nature. I forgot to mention that also Cruel Nature, speaking of nature, Cruel Nature, the book I just finished, had a lot of like grammatical mistakes. I mean, it's always fun finding those and correcting them, but it was distracting by the end. I can't fault the author for that, but beware if you end up getting a copy that's there. Anyway, I decided to continue Powerless, and I forgot how much I've missed cowboy romances. I haven't read one since Wild and Wrangled, which was mid-April. So it's been like almost a full month since I picked up a nice Yeehaw romance. I started this on sprints with Katie a couple months ago. Maybe it was February. I don't remember. I'm now 154 pages in. It's so much fun. It's so fast. Do I think I'm gonna finish this today? I don't know, because I have less than 400 pages left. And I don't know. I mean, I am speeding through, but this would have to be like the rest of the time. And this wasn't on my bingo card for this week, whatever the cool kids say. No, but it wasn't in my plans at all. Oh, I guess I did read Say You'll Remember Me and Great Big Beautiful Life. Those were satisfying because those were current reads. I guess this was just a lot of finishing current reads. I don't know. I hope I can finish this. That'd be fun. This copy is like really stiff though, but I'm glad I have these pretty covers. If you didn't know what this is this is the childhood friends to lovers trope with Jasper and Sloane, part of the Chestnut Springs series by by Elsie Silver. We start the book off with Sloane leaving her own wedding because it was an arranged marriage situation with this rich guy. And then Jasper comes to the rescue and then they rekindle. She takes a break from her life and hangs out with Jasper for a little bit, and they like reminisce and go on this little road trip and blah 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 blah. And it's really cute. I don't mind the childhood friends to lovers trope if it's done well, and I think this is going to be done well. Like I said, I'm only like a fifth of the way through, so we got a ways to go, my dudes.
And you look up and our eyes lock, and my heart falls straight out of my chest, baby. Your lips and your sweet smile.
I'm losing my mind. I'm flying through this book. 234 pages in. Something really intense just happened. A near-death experience type shit. And it's such like a vulnerable moment. The slow burn is so good in Elsie Silver's books. How does she do it? I love them. This might be my favorite by far, because right now I like Flawless more than Heartless. A lot of people say Heartless is their favorite, but I think I liked Flawless more. But then this is probably going to be my top favorite so far. It's just so good, and I'm glued to these pages. Yeah, I've missed this. I don't know if I've told y'all yet, but Joey has started to collect movies, like special edition books, but movies, and he's doing like a whole thing with them. So we're gonna go to Half Price Books because he just got paid and he wants to go to Half Price Books. So I'm like, who am I to say no, you know? I have a few books in mind that I would get if I see them, but I feel like they wouldn't be at Half Price Books for some reason. But yeah, that's the plan for tonight. I really don't think I can physically peel my eyeballs from this book, so this is probably going to be the last book of this vlog. We have 5 hours and 3 minutes left on the clock. I'm not going to pause it when we go to Half Price Books, so I mean, do I think I can finish the rest of this in 5 hours? Absolutely, but I'm going to lose some time. But the rate I'm going, I could definitely finish this today, which was so unexpected. But again, with my vlogs, you never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates. I should get that on a t-shirt. But like, who's gonna wear it but me?
You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine. But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you've got style, the way your body keeps my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life.
I got another axolotl. Look how cute. Look at the little butt. Okay, but this is the real kicker. Ready? I got a uterus for my purse. The guy tried convincing me to get a bigger one because they have magnetic ovaries, but it's okay. I'll put this one on my purse. Look how cute. Hi, we have like 2.5 hours left of this readathon. Sorry I don't have my mic. I have no idea where it is. The AC's on. I just want to show y'all my little haul. First of all, oh yeah, I already showed you my uterus and my axolotl.
I show people your uterus.
I gotta name my uterus. Joey bought me Kings of the Wild. Yesterday I put an Instagram question thing that said, let me know some fantasy books you eventually want to see me read. That was not a promise that I'm gonna read everything, but like this was highly recommended. I don't know, we'll see if my brain can handle it. This one was also recommended, For Whom the Bell Tolls, which I've heard of, but I didn't know it takes place in hell. So I'm so excited. It literally says, armed with years in customer service, she makes a job for herself among hell's demons, directing souls to their rightful circles. Dream job. And then I got Ocean Vuong's new book. I almost forgot it came out. I grabbed this last minute. I love Ocean Vuong. And then I got Anima Rising, which I saw on Instagram, and it's pitched as Poor Things meets The Bride of Frankenstein. Essentially, this guy finds a naked woman's body, and instead of calling the police, he decides to sketch her first. And this has a bunch of like mixed media and pictures, and it says, Klimt, Freud, and Jung meet The Bride of Frankenstein. It sounds like a fucking riot. Also, this guy, the author, Christopher Moore, he looks like a fun time. That's all I got. I am now 246 pages into Powerless. I'm gonna end this vlog when I finish this book. I'm not sleeping till I finish this book. Okay? Okay, no painkillers.
I got Ashley Flowers' new book.
No painkillers tonight. But yeah, Joey got Ashley Flowers' new book and about 25 DVDs.
I don't know about that man, but
The timer went off, but I still have less than 200 pages left. Do I think I can finish this tonight? I don't know anymore. Sorry if I disappoint. I should edit a little bit, at least. I think I'm satisfied with what I've read, especially because, oh my god. Well, I'm gonna finish a chapter I'm on. I'm 316 pages in. Oh my god. The line I just read, like 2 minutes ago. I love this couple. I love Jasper. I love his little quote-unquote dark side, and the whole "it's always been you" is my favorite part of Childhood Friends to Lovers. It's also my favorite part of like Second Chance, and there's like a hidden tattoo with a good meaning. Y'all, this is hitting all the boxes, checking all the boxes, hitting all the marks, whatever the saying is. Oh, it's so good. It's definitely my favorite of the series thus far, but there are still 3 more books, I think, right? 2 or 3 more books. And then I have the Gold Rush Ranch series and the Rose Hill series. So I have plenty of Elsie Silver left, but this is definitely gonna be in my top favorites of Elsie Silver. I already know. I can't forget that line. I wish I could say it, but it's a little bit of a spoilery line. Like, I know people who would love to not be spoiled about that line, so we're gonna keep that to ourselves. So let's see. If we're just going based on the 12 hours. Oh wait, do I still have my forest app? Oh no. Okay. I grew a ghost mushroom again. Let's see. Okay, so what did I say? 316? 316. Not read Wild Dark Shore. Dracula was like 2 pages. What did I read of Sword of Kaigen? Gosh. 316 minus 104 plus 139 plus. I read 365 pages today. That is really fucking good. Honestly, really fucking good. My goal is usually 500 pages for 12-hour readathons, but we did go to Half Price Books and I did take naps. So 365 checks out. And honestly, I could probably read up to page 400 tonight if I'm not sleepy yet, but I do want to go edit, I think. So I lied again. I think I'm gonna end this vlog now, and I'll probably finish Powerless. I don't know. When am I gonna finish these books? I don't know. Or should I just continue this vlog tomorrow? I'll just continue. I'll end the vlog tomorrow when I finish Powerless. How about that? Yeah? Okay, because then it's my Lair readathon Friday to Sunday. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll work on this and then also read a short little library book tomorrow, and it can count towards this and my library books vlog, but I'll just talk about it mainly on the other vlog. Sound like a plan, Jan? But this is gonna be 5 stars. I already know. There's also another side plot thing going on with one of Jasper's. So Jasper's the adopted brother for the Eatons, so the family on Wishing Well Ranch, and there was like a side plot in this with one of the brothers, so that kind of just got resolved. Feelings are being expressed, things are getting physical, and I'm loving it. Okay.
Oh,
I can explain. Listen. So, when the tides held the moon, it has illustrations. Hold on, I don't want to go in there yet. It has illustrations, and I know Aardvark has it. Aardvark, if you're watching, I'm so sorry, but I need those end pages, and I need the splash of blue in the illustrations. It's very windy, and it'd be supporting a BIPOC author. And it has queer rep in it. It's male-male romance between a dude and a merman.
merman.
It'll be fine. Christina said so. Christina told me I can buy it.
Yeah.
So did Joey.
Yeah.
Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you.
Okay, but now I have to see if Exquisite Corpse is here. Our boy Nathaniel, stocked up. Nathaniel, if you're watching this, thank you. I wanted this cover. Alrighty, hello everyone. I have my Olipop with strawberry vanilla. It just hits every time. I'm here for a reading update and a little bit of a haul. First of all, thank you to fellow vamp Astilbe. Look at this brick. This is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is one of her favorite books of all time. A pretty copy of one of my favorite books from me to you. It does have flowery writing. Even if you don't love it, I'm just happy to gift it to you. Love you lots. Love you too, Astilbe. On that Instagram question thing, asking which fantasy books people want to see me read. Okay, my mic wasn't plugged in all the way, sorry. But on that Instagram question thing, Astilbe said
this book, and I think I have this book. If I didn't unhaul it already, I have it as a library discard, so it has like the library coverings on it, the plastic stuff, and it's not in great condition whatsoever. I just got it because it was free from my previous library that I worked at, but this is the 10th anniversary edition. I mean, I'm scared, but for a Stilby, I will one day. She also sent me the Nightingale's Castle. I have so many Dracula retellings now. It's actually insane. I can't wait to do like a Dracula retelling vlog maybe, but it has to be a little bit later in life because I'm currently rereading Dracula and I don't want to mix them up. And that's a slow going process because it's a long-term read along with my Patreon. In this note, she says, I'm always overwhelmed on what to send, but here you go, beautiful. Thank you for all the amazing things you do for the lair. Sorry if my get well soon gifts come a bit late. I love you. Like, how sweet. Name more sweet patrons, I swear. I will wait. But this is a novel of Elizabeth Bathory, The Blood Countess, and I always thought this was so intriguing. It's fascinating to me, Elizabeth Bathory. I didn't know her like, non-American name was Ursabet. I just love gothic fiction. Speaking of gothic Dracula retellings, you saw the first 2 books I grabbed. I went there for When the Tides Held the Moon. It really is more fun with the blue. I can't lie. I'm a sucker for this type of shit. And then I got Exquisite Corpse, which is an option for our Lair Bloody read for June. And then I got Strange Beasts because this has been on my wishlist for a while, but I've never seen it in person. And it's from the perspective of the daughter of Dracula's killer, Samantha Harker. And it is like Dracula meets Sherlock Holmes. It says equal parts bloody mystery and flat out supernatural romp. A delightful debut. That sounds so good. And it looks kind of like a skull. I'm pretty sure that's intentional, but it's like historical, gothic, fiction. It just sounds so good. Those are more books I bought. I had buyer's remorse real bad today, but it'll be fine. I'm getting back my momentum into reading, especially after conquering long books like this. Even though it's a romance, it's still an accomplishment to read, 500 plus pages. And I've been reading a lot of like chunkier books this year. I'm very proud of myself. We're almost done. We're 386 pages in. You can just tell that Elsie Silver had fun with this because of how the steamy scenes are written. Like you can just tell, like she was like do like having a riot, just freaking going to town with these steamy scenes because it's like one after the other and it's like 3 chapters long sometimes, and it's honestly a little bit much because once they start they're like, yeah, I want to do you every second of every day. Like, I don't care where we are, if I'm driving, like I really don't care. So for that, like I considered docking a star, but I mean they're good steamy scenes, there's just a lot of them, so I can look past it because I really love Jasper and Sloane. If you liked Deep End by Ali Hazelwood and haven't gotten to this yet, if you like that like instructional type of steamy scene, this is the one. It's like borderline demanding. Try this. I promise you, you won't regret it. That's kind of all I have for now, but it's still feeling like a 5-star despite that. So I'll be continuing that and finishing that tonight. Oh, I also finished Mr. Salary by Sally Rooney. I think I brought it with me. This tiny thing. It's a 33-page story. I'm gonna talk about it more in my library books vlog, but just know that I finished this today from start to finish. Y'all, I cried. I'm so mad that it took me this long to finish it, but here I am to give my final thoughts and to end this vlog finally. As you can hear, I still have a lisp. I have my follow-up appointment tomorrow morning, and then I'm gonna go to work, and then we have a Mayday Parade concert. But at least I can sing, because I thought they were gonna go through my neck, because the info packet they gave me was wrong, because we love the healthcare system in the US. So it scared me, and it said I couldn't sing and stuff for like weeks, but it was a lot easier. So thank you all for, first of all, the get well gifts. So freaking sweet, so unexpected. I don't deserve y'all. Thank you to everyone who checked on me, sent me good vibes, and was patient with my content. I did not edit today, and it's already 10 p.m., but I did finish another book, and I'm giving it 5 stars. I don't even know how many books I finished in this vlog. Quite a bit, right? I cried at the end. The found family is perfect in this, and that takes a lot for me to say because sometimes found family gets a little bit cheesy. I feel like in fantasy, it's more difficult to please me when it comes to found family, but in romances, it's usually fine, especially small town romances. Even the bonus epilogue, the very last line of the bonus epilogue was worth reading the kids happening ending in the bonus epilogue. But I would have been fine without it as well, because the epilogue, like the first one, was perfect. Ended perfectly. Writing was great. Yeah, like I said, the only flaws were the amount of steam in it, because it was like so consecutive. It just made Jasper look like a horn dog, but they were written well. They weren't cringy or anything. There was also a lot of like side plot with like familial issues and everything. That was nice to see play out, because there was a lot of character growth in Sloane in regards to that. And there was also a thing with one of the brothers, like I said, but I'm hoping when we get that brother's book, it talks more about it, because I feel like it didn't go into it as much as I expected, because it was such a jarring, tragic thing. She's a ballerina, so that played a part in her confidence and insecurities and things like that, and like where certain scenes took place. But yeah, I really love the text messages at the beginning of each chapter. I love Harvey with my entire soul. I picture Harvey at, I don't know if I've said this before about the other two books, but I picture Harvey as Coach Whitey from One Tree Hill. I'll put a picture of him right here. He's also in The Ranch. He makes a cameo in Modern Family. And I'm like, Coach Whitey! But he is just the perfect small town, country, farm man, like with the accent and everything. I don't know. So if you stick an old man on a ranch, make him kind of like rough around the edges, but has a heart of gold, I picture him as Coach Whitey. But yeah, that is this. Oh, it's kind of like the same dynamic as the striker, I just realized. And the striker was purple too, because he's a hockey player. Both the guys are hockey players, and both the women are ballerinas. That's interesting. Anyway, yeah, the childhood friends to lovers trope worked really well for me for this one, and I'm so glad I ended this vlog with a 5-star. Let's do a fun fact. Music boxes. If you know, you know, I guess. Ow, I just stretched my tongue. Ow. Oh, that hurt. What do music boxes symbolize? Status and refinement, sophistication and wealth, especially during the Victorian era. What is the most common music box song? Claire de Lune. I feel like I knew that. Then there's Fur Elise is number 2. The Entertainer by Scott Joplin is the 3rd one. Oh, like that carnival one? We're just gonna... whatever. Those are the facts. My tongue hurts. I need to take a painkiller. Oh, in this vlog, like I said, I'm gonna count Mr. Salary as well, even though I didn't give my thoughts on this vlog. So I read Powerless, gave it 5 stars. Mr. Salary, gave it 4 stars. Cruel Nature, gave it 4 stars. Great Big Beautiful Life, gave it 2 stars. PTSD Radio, Volume 1, 4 stars. Sail, Remember Me, 4 stars. Blood in the Water, 5 stars. Did I really read all of that? Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 books. That is the most I've read in a vlog in months. That's amazing. I should get surgery more often. Thank you again for all the kind words. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it to the end, put the ballet shoes emoji in the comments down below to represent Miss Sloane in Powerless. Yeah, they're ballet slippers, right? Yeah. If not, put the ballet slippers and or the hockey stick to represent one of my new favorite couples. Hope you had a 5-star day. Don't forget to do some self-care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.